Hello, welcome to My Nerdy Adventure. My name is Christopher Feltz. Now, what happens when Rotten Tomatoes has gained too much of a reputation as to what movies to go see and what movies you might want to skip? For me, I'm a college student, so I want to see every movie out there, whether it's good or bad. I want to have a well-rounded catalog of movies in my brain in order to figure out which movies are really good and which movies are really bad. But as you can see, I'm not exactly the person to go spend a lot of money on every movie, and I can't. So I use Rotten Tomatoes in order to figure out which movies are worth it, which movies are going to satisfy me, which movies are going to be the ones that I'm going to leave happy and not angry. Now, I've been burned on a few films that I thought were going to be great because I didn't look at the Rotten Tomatoes score. I was like, you know what? I really want to see this film. Screw what Rotten Tomatoes says. I'm going to go see it. And I've been burned. So I don't always use Rotten Tomatoes, but it is a good roadmap for me to figure out which movies aren't going to burn me. Now, there's a lot of films out there that I do enjoy that are Rotten Tomatoes certified rotten. Like Man of Steel, speaking of DC films this week, go see Wonder Woman. Man of Steel, I believe, is a great film. I love that film, and that film has a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it doesn't always jive with what your tastes are, so you got to be careful with Rotten Tomatoes. But it is a good source. Now, Hollywood has taken notice of this because they're starting to blame Rotten Tomatoes for their lack of box office results. Because this last Memorial Day weekend with Pirates and Baywatch, it's shown that Rotten Tomatoes can have an effect. Because Pirates of the Caribbean 5 made $76 million and Baywatch made $22 million. Now, the studios, according to Deadline, have said that the aggregation site is slowing down the potential business of popcorn films. Pirates 5 and Baywatch aren't built for critics, but rather general audiences, and once upon a time, these films, a family adventure and a raunchy R-rated comedy, were critic-proof. Now, that may have been a few years ago, but a lot of audiences are becoming really savvy with their money and their pocketbook because they don't want to go out on a night or on a date or with the family to see a movie that they're not going to like. So they become really protective with their money. So studios, how about you make good films? Because Baywatch was not a good film. I laughed a little bit, but you can't sit there and blame the audiences for seeing that this film is being rated rotten and expecting them not to go see it. You have to take into account of that. You can't just pump out a bunch of garbage and expect them to see it. Now, Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has been garbage since the second one. Did you not expect it to go bad? The last, I think, on Stranger Tides only made like $90 million, and the second one made about 140 or something like that. So you see that this movie's potential earnings are going down, yet you think that the Rotten Tomatoes score is affecting it somehow. Yeah, it is, but it's also the franchise fatigue. People are not going out to see the Pirates of the Caribbean because there's been too many of them. Two, they're hella freaking long and boring overall. So yeah, Rotten Tomatoes has an effect on it, but how about you make good movies? How about that? How about you just sit there and look at it and look, this is going to get killed by Rotten Tomatoes. Let's make a good movie. Let's not just put a bunch of money at it to get the special effects and the action. How about we actually focus on the script, making sure it's a good movie before we put it out? Because your audiences are becoming really well aware of what you're trying to do. You're pushing out garbage and you're just expecting the dough to come in. Audiences are becoming savvy with that. So, one, make a good movie. Baywatch had a lot of marketing to it, and Dwayne Johnson has been on Twitter defending the crap out of it, but audiences aren't buying it. So that's why you're not making a lot of money because, one, Rotten Tomatoes, and two, you're just putting out crappy films. So overall, what do you guys think? Do you think Baywatch and Pirates are good movies and they're getting lambasted wrongly? Do you think those are good movies, or do you think the studios need to start understanding that they can't put out half-assed films anymore, that they have to take their time and actually make good films? So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you hear. Make sure you tell me what you think about this and what future stories you'd like me to cover. This is My Nerdy Adventure. Have a good day.